Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of What's Wrong with Wrestling, the Wednesday Night War podcast. I'm Andrew Pisano along with Josh Reese.
Not his brother Joe Pisano.
No.
Or Eric Slamwick Hamilton? Is that what we're calling him still?
Yeah, that's been his name for a while.
You've got me, handsome Joshua. How's it going, Andrew?
Hey,
Hey.
not Samoa Josh on Twitter.
I like that. I like Samoa Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
You should like it because you did it,
I did.
even if no one else likes it.
Yeah, all it takes is one. One is the loneliest number that...
Are you trying to trick Nia Jax into thinking you're Samoan?
If only that would work. I've tried. I've sent video messages. I've sent tweets. I've used her real name, Savalina Fanene. I mean,
What?
that's her real name.
There's no way it's pronounced that way.
Yes, it
Fanene?
is. Fanene.
Fanene.
Yes, Savalina Fanene. Yes, I've tried a few different ways, but I don't think me and Nia Jax are meant to be, and it's sad. It saddens me.
Yeah? Sorry about that. Anyways, what do you say we get into this Wednesday Night War?
I
Huh?
mean, yeah, okay. I'm still thinking about Nia Jax, but sure, we can get in the Wednesday Night War podcast.
I'm
It
sorry,
was-
what was that?
I'm still thinking
You
about
speaking
Nia
English?
gibberish, I guess. I don't know. You got me all flustered with Nia Jax thoughts.
Flustered.
Flustered. I've been flustered all day
Oh
long.
boy, it's going to be one of those shows. All right, so NXT opens with Angel Garza versus the first returning match of Tommaso Ciampa.
Daddy. What
the
are the things? Isn't that what Ciampa said? He was daddy? Daddy's home?
You don't say it like that. You don't go,
Daddy.
No. What?
How do you say it?
No. Big Daddy Ciampa.
Big
You say
Daddy
it-
Ciampa.
You say it like a man.
Big Daddy Ciampa.
Big Daddy Ciampa. No.
Big Daddy Ciampa.
That's kind of creepy.
It does sound creepy.
But it felt surreal seeing Ciampa come out
It was
in
nice.
his wrestling gear. He had neck surgery in March,
Yeah, he's a fucking beast.
and he's back.
Why didn't he add a neck brace to his gimmick now? Start beating people with the neck brace.
But he's gonna wear it in his matches.
I don't know. I mean,
No.
I'd have to do something creative. He wore a knee brace forever.
He wasn't wearing the knee brace this time, huh?
No.
Right, because it's not a part of the gimmick anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I feel like if NXT wasn't live going up against AEW, he probably wouldn't be having his return match here. You know, they would probably save it for TakeOver.
I don't know. I mean, but you would want like a really big match to be his first match back, right? On a takeover card. Here you can kind of work him back in a little bit.
I know, but I'm saying I just don't think he has just a regular match on NXT if they're not going head to head with AEW. I think they might have, would have saved it or something for
Probably true.
TakeOver. But yeah, so Garza came out and he let a female fan kiss him on the cheek, and then the famous bald NXT fan. Did you see this?
No.
No,
The famous bald NXT
you
fan?
skipped ahead during the entrance.
I did not.
You didn't see the female kiss Garza in the cheek.
No, I missed that. I saw Garza come
Did you watch on Hulu again?
No, I did not. I watched on that new channel you showed.
You probably skipped the entrance, right?
No, I'm working while I'm watching, and I watch the match. I don't really pay attention to the entrance, to be honest.
So the female kisses Garza on the cheek. You know who I'm talking about. The bald. He's like bald, fat, and nerdy.
taller one, or
Yeah,
what?
and he's
Oh, okay.
like in
Oh,
every
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
And
he's
he's
always
always-
standing by the corner.
And he's always acting like being over.
I know what you're
dramatic.
talking about
You know,
now.
he's
Yeah.
funny.
Okay.
This time he was on like the side, like the side, like on the ramp or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she went to kiss him, and then he also went in to kiss him. But obviously, like
Lord,
that's just what he's doing, right?
Okay.
He's being entertaining.
worst acting.
But his name's Kyle because found him on Twitter, so we can just call him Kyle from now on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Famous bald
I mean, look,
Kyle.
we have to point this out. He always does something, and it's like,
Yeah, he's a fan. He's always cheering for the faces and booing the heels and apparently trying to make out with sexy superstars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought this might have been a squash match going into it.
Yeah, it was a little bit more than, I mean, like, what's a step above a squash match?
I don't know what you would call it.
I don't know. It's like in between a regular match and a squash match.
I mean, it was only
Somewhere in
it was
between
only
there.
5 minutes,
Right.
but it wasn't like I thought it might have been ding ding ding, fairy tale ending for the win. You know,
Right. Garza got to show a little bit.
he did. He kicked Ciampa in the back of his neck, and Ciampa sold it. And then, you know, even commentary was like, "Oh, that's, you know, the surgery. Oh, is he okay?" But obviously, he was okay. Ciampa then threw Garza into the apron, the barricade, and the steel steps, and then he sat on the apron and he applauded himself. It was nice to see that
He's
again.
back. He wants to. Hey, look, I can do this again. I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Ciampa's home.
Yep.
Daddy.
Later, Garza did his spot where he ripped his pants off to reveal his tights. Have you seen this before? Is this the first time you've seen Garza? Or have you
I've
watched
seen
him?
Garza once during a breakout tournament.
Okay. So Ciampa then gave Garza a running knee to the head in the corner. Garza rolled out of the ring. So then Ciampa took Garza's pants, stomped on them, and then gave the pants a running knee strike.
Now, I just want to, for all my Mexican brethren out there, I just want to say I'm deeply, deeply, deeply offended about the way that Ciampa would treat the colors of my homeland or my ancestors' homeland. Yeah, fuck you, Ciampa.
Is that how you really feel?
That is how I really feel. That was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, do you want a wall built?
Maybe we shouldn't get into that.
Stupid ass.
Look, it doesn't just keep Mexicans out; it keeps everyone out.
Shut up. All right, shut up. Just shut your mouth. Stupid. As long as I'm in, that's all that matters.
That's right.
Yeah, he gave the pants the running knee, and then he was like setting it up like he was gonna give the pants like the fairy tale ending.
Right.
But then Garza got on the apron, Ciampa threw the pants in his face, and then he hit his DDT finisher for the win, which is now called Willow's Bell, which is his daughter's first and middle name.
Okay. I didn't.
Her
catch
name
that.
is Willow Bell, and the move is Willow's Bell.
That's a cute name. I like that. Willow Bell. Yeah. But it was kind of fun. Like, you always hear the stories about like when Kenny Omega wrestled a wrestling doll, or you know when what's his face, the guy that just got fired from WWE.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff had to interview on a broomstick.
Well, he
whatever.
wasn't interviewing. He was like trying to sell
A broomstick, but no,
Yeah,
like this was cool. Like, you know, it felt like a wrestling match between Ciampa and the Pants,
Right.
For a second, it was kind of cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I just love how, you know, obviously they knew Ciampa returning would make him a babyface because he can't not be. Like, this happened when Seth Rollins returned and everyone cheered, but then the next night he cut a heel promo. Like, that's the only way to do it.
Right.
But obviously Ciampa's remaining a face because he's going to fight Adam Cole, and he's such an awesome face. And
then reunite DUI.
the great thing about it is that Ciampa doesn't even have to change his character one bit.
No.
And he's still a babyface.
Yeah.
Like, he's still, an asshole. It's just like Stone Cold. Like, Stone Cold really didn't have to change his character in order to be a babyface. All you have to, like, the only thing you don't do is you don't shit on the crowd anymore. That's all. But he's still,
So he's an anti-hero?
yeah, he's still the same character. You know, he doesn't come out and smile. Like, if he was on the main roster and he turned babyface, he'd come out, smile, thank the crowd for their support. You know?
Like Finn Balor?
Exactly. Well, we'll get to him later.
Yes.
So after the match, the Undisputed Era came out, and Ciampa quickly got...
Now, one second. Before we get to Undisputed Era.
Oh, boy.
Because, like I said, I saw Angel Garcia during the... Garza. Excuse me.
Angel Garza. On hell?
On hell. I'm trying to say it with an accent.
No, you weren't.
Angel Garza during the breakout tournament.
Garza.
I really thought that he was the person that was going to break out.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw 2 matches. I
Oh,
think.
he was my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Then the Jonathan Scott, was it, or
No.
something? I can't remember. A person I can't remember ended up winning the breakout tournament.
Jordan Miles,
Jordan Miles. That's who it was.
which we haven't seen since he lost to Cole.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really thought during the breakout tournament that Garza was the star.
Well, but Jordan Miles won because they wanted a face to fight, Cole. Obviously,
Fair. Makes sense.
But Garza's really good.
He is.
He's good.
He reminds me of like a I guess a poor man's Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's kind of like a mix between him and Guerrero.
Okay.
Kind of reminds me of Guerrero a little bit. Obviously, he's not on the same level as Eddie Guerrero.
A poor man's, yeah, right.
But he's way better than Sammy Guevara. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So after the match, Undisputed Era came out and Ciampa quickly got his chair and crutch. I guess it was under the ring. And then Undisputed Era surrounded the ring. But then Kyle O'Reilly gave Mauro Ranallo a thumb drive, and he was like, take a look at that. And then Cole did Ciampa's wave goodbye, and then Undisputed Era walked to the back. And then after the commercial, we see what was on the thumb drive, and it's a home video made by the Undisputed Era revealing that they beat up Velveteen Dream. We see Dream, he's like laid out on some boxes or something, totally passed out, and Adam Cole issues a warning to Ciampa saying this is what will happen if you get in our way.
Yeah.
So that was a cool video.
Roddy Strong comes around and says, you made biggest mistake of your life. You don't embarrass me. There will be consequences.
Don't make fun of my pee-pee.
Don't make fun of my penis.
I tell Mr. Regal.
Tell Mr. Regal. Mr. Regal got involved later on.
Mr. Regal don't like me anymore. Mr. Regal, why don't you like me?
Mr. Regal don't like me. Mr. Wiggle.
Mr. Wiggle.
But no, I liked it. That was great.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fun.
No, yeah, like Strong.
This was like one of the only backstage segments in the two shows.
Yeah, Strong was convincing there because he looked legit angry.
Yeah, did you not just hear me? I did it word for word.
That was word for word. Yeah. Next up, we have Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel of Imperium.
Love Imperium.
With Alexander Wolf ringside.
Love Imperium.
And why do you love them?
They're badasses. They're cool.
It's their entrance.
It's the entrance. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, they're good workers. Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel were a tag team before joining Imperium. And when they were a tag team, it was like, these guys are both good. They're good workers, but they need a gimmick. They're just two guys.
Right.
Kind of like Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. They're still just two guys. They have no gimmick.
Right.
But now you put Eichner and Bartel with Walter, and you give him that awesome entrance, and it's like, oh, these guys are awesome.
Yeah. I mean, instant A+ stars.
It's that easy.
It is that easy.
Look at NXT now. Now they have two badass stables, and
oh my god,
the main roster has
Imperium versus the Undisputed Era at War Games.
First of all, that's already been. People have already said that.
I just thought about it now.
But no, you don't do that. Those are two heel factions.
Who cares? They give us what we want.
You'd rather hold on. You'd rather have that than Ciampa, Gargano, Dream, and Balor versus the Undisputed Era?
I have bad news about Dream. We'll get that later.
Oh, is that why they did all this?
Yeah.
Okay, but still, you'd rather have that than that?
That would be great, but I mean, you get these two factions together, it probably would be pretty fucking badass.
Okay.
Who would be the face in that one? I guess the Undisputed Era, probably.
Well, yeah, they're cool. I mean, just by crowd chants alone.
Right.
It would be. I mean, Undisputed Era are basically babyface.
That's true.
I mean, Adam Cole can't get booed to save his life. It was like when
they're Stone Cold.
When
they're
Styles
all Stone Cold.
When Styles was the heel champ on SmackDown, he couldn't get booed to save his life.
Yeah.
Because he was also feuding with Cena, so obviously that made him a babyface. But the main roster just has the OC, and the OC's not even that cool.
No.
Because they book them shit.
Yeah.
They book him like shit. They're just beating the Lucha House Party. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And they should be awesome, but they're just not because they're on the main roster.
This is why I enjoy doing the podcast with you, Andrew, because I don't really have to watch Raw or SmackDown anymore. I could just.
Are you literally not watching?
I watch maybe a little bit here and there, but after football season, I might watch more. But I tune in. No, I don't want to watch anymore tonight. I'm gonna go watch football.
Right now, it's all bad.
Yeah.
3 hours of shit Raw. 2 hours of SmackDown's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like, horrible.
Yeah. I don't really like AEW too much, but like that would be way better than SmackDown or Raw.
Like,
and the same with NXT.
I love this podcast. I've never been more passionate about anything. But the last couple of weeks when it's like I'm watching SmackDown's over, and it's like, okay, let's go do the podcast. Like, I'm just so depressed and I'm not into it at all. It's like, God, this show sucks.
No, I know it's really, really bad. I listened to another podcast, a wrestling style podcast.
What?
Yeah, I listen to a ton. I drive a fucking long way.
What is it? Go ahead.
But no,
plug your podcast.
what is the name? I don't remember the name of it. It's done by like The Ringer. The Ringer.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
with Bill Simmons thing?
yeah, but like some of his people that are underneath
okay.
him. Whatever. But anyways, that's like a very pro wrestling pod. They love the WWE.
They just suck its dick.
Yeah, they love sucking cock, right? But
So
like
they sucked off SmackDown?
no, but like even this week they're like,
Oh.
ooh, this week was really, really bad. I can't make sense of this draft.
There's people online. They're like, what'd you guys think of SmackDown? 9 out of 10? I think 9 out of 10. It's like 9 out of 10.
Right? What are you talking about?
If that's 9 out of 10, then what was the episode of SmackDown where Stone Cold beat up Booker T in a grocery store for 10 minutes? What was that? 20 out of 10? Anyways.
Some people, Andrew. But no, it just amazed me. Like even the most ardent WWE defenders out there, they can't even defend that shit. No, it's I don't understand. I don't understand, Andrew. All I know is that I am excited doing this podcast. I don't have to watch any of that shit anymore. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'm happier.
Congratulations.
I'm eating better. I've lost 5 pounds.
Good for you.
It's done so much
And
for my life.
that's all because of not watching Raw and SmackDown.
That's right.
When you're watching Raw, so, oh, God damn it, this fucking show. What the hell was that? What the fuck is going on?
I eat ramen noodles.
Yeah, you're eating noodles. All right. All right, so as for this tag team match, Oni Lorcan got a hot tag, and Ronaldo said, "This man who tweets in uppercase is delivering a series of uppercuts." 0 for 1.
Yeah. No, that was terrible. Yeah, Ronaldo was really bad.
He does tweet in uppercase, Oni Lorcan, for some reason.
No, it was a factual tweet. I mean, it was a factual statement by Ronaldo.
0 for 1.
But the words out of his mouth...
0 for 1. All right. Eichner hits the double springboard moonsault, but Lorcan kicks out. In the end, Bartel jumps off the top rope and gives Lorcan an uppercut while Eichner gives him a powerbomb at the same time. Imperium gets the win. So, obviously, they're going to get the win.
Yeah.
Next up, Kathy Kelly interviews Johnny Gargano backstage. She asks him, how do you feel about Tommaso Ciampa being back? Johnny says, I don't really know how I'll feel until I see him face to face.
Ooh.
And right there, I get goosebumps because they're setting it up. Yeah. We know it's going to happen at some point. Maybe not next week, but maybe the week after that. Maybe next week. We don't know.
Yeah.
But like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Last time we saw them, they hugged at TakeOver New York.
True, but
I
that
was
wasn't.
there.
But that was like in kayfabe, right?
No, well, it was on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on.
True.
It wasn't after the cameras stopped rolling. It was there.
True.
So it counts.
Yeah.
It is canon. But still, I'm like, it's. Oh man.
Yeah, the possibilities
excited.
are out there. I mean, do they go to war again? Do they reunite?
It's funny how they keep saying like Gargano's. They're based all these promos like every week. It's like Gargano. He's the face of NXT. The face of NXT. Well, since they've gone live, he's only been on one episode.
Right.
Well, okay, he's on this episode, but he's only had one match.
Right.
And it's like, you have 2 hours. Stop featuring these jobbers. Why is Gargano not wrestling every week?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't defend it. But the possibilities are endless, Andrew.
Right. Anyways, next up we got Io Shirai versus Caden Carter. Jobber match. Io wins with the moonsault off the top rope. Afterwards,
look, it was a jobber match, but I think we should share that Carter was pretty fucking athletic. I mean, yeah, she's a jobber now, but I think she has a little bit of a future eventually.
Yeah. Again, she looks like the character from Mortal Kombat, but
Yeah, she needs a gimmick, but
well, she's a Mortal Kombat character.
Was she? Is that what
I think that's what her gimmick is.
I don't know. Who knows? But I thought it was a fun, really quick squash match.
Yeah, it was good. Afterwards, Io grabbed the mic and said, "Not Rain, not Rhea, not Bianca. Shayna is mine." Or at least I thought she said Shayna is mine. She said Shayna and something in Japanese, but I could only imagine she said Shayna's mine or something like that, right? So then Rhea Ripley comes out, gets in the ring, grabs the mic.
What's that noise? It's new Crush Alert. Rhea Ripley.
No, you said it last week.
I know, but we got to do it every time, right?
Yeah, but you're behind. Like, everyone already knows how hot she is.
She's hot. Okay.
You're way behind.
Shit. All right.
So she grabs the mic from Shirai and says, I'm going to silence Bianca next week. And then she warns Io, if you ever spit my name out your mouth again, I'll have no problem shutting you up too.
Fucking badass woman.
And then Io yells at Ripley in Japanese while walking away.
Yeah.
Next up, Kathy Kelly interviews William Regal on the platform above the announce table,
This was a little bit interesting.
which I like. Regal says Dream won't be able to compete for the North American Championship next week, nor will he be able to compete for quite a while due to the brutal attack from the Undisputed Era. However, an angry Regal says that Roderick Strong will still defend his title next week against the winner of Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic.
And then they hung on that camera shot just a little bit too long.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Didn't notice that? Yeah, Elder Mike there, like for at least 3 or 4
And he
seconds.
was like pissed. He's like,
I was like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. All right, well, I guess Oh, you're saying you didn't notice that, Andrew? Did you fast forward that for a second?
That is way less noticeable than a fucking fan kissing Garza in the cheek and then Kyle trying to kiss him in the like we're just calling him Kyle. And then Kyle, I kind of want to have him on the show. I want to have him on this podcast. I just think it'd be funny
Yeah,
to interview him
I'll wear my headphones for that.
for 10 minutes. Maybe I should reach out.
That would be cool.
Let us know. Do you guys want us to interview Kyle? I'll reach out to him and see.
Yeah, what was the motivation behind him trying to take a kiss to...
No, he's trying to be funny. I get it. Yeah.
I think we could have a real good conversation with him.
Yeah.
His background, how did he
to
get
know him.
How did he get into this
Let
shit?
us know. Do you want us to interview Kyle? Maybe we'll do
Yeah,
that.
we'll drop a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
tweet
probably get a new patron member by just interviewing him. All right, well, if you want to hear that, we have a patron. So, yeah, Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic. Ronaldo said, forget moves like Jagger. Keith Lee moves like Bruce Lee. 0 for 2. Lee hits the huge sit-down powerbomb.
Now, okay, I muted this match because I knew there was going to be a lot of stupid shit that Ronaldo said. Did he mention anything about King Kong and Godzilla anymore?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, okay. Well, so we're on the same page.
I was watching this match at work, so I didn't hear everything he said, thankfully.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably really 0 for 5 at this point, but
Right.
0 for 2 so far. Lee hits a huge sit-down powerbomb, but Dijakovic rolls out of the ring. Lee goes to the second rope. Dijakovic super kicks him, tries to set him up for his finisher, but Lee injured Dijakovic's arm, so he can't do it. Instead, Dijakovic puts Lee in the electric chair, but Lee does a reverse Hurricane Rana. That was very cool.
Yeah.
In the end, Roderick Strong comes out and attacks both men for a DQ finish. And then I guess Regal was on the platform the whole time watching. Because right after the match, he's on the platform and he's like, very clever, Roddy, but not clever enough. Because you will defend the North American Championship next week.
At War Games!
No, shut up. Against Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic in a triple threat match.
I'm excited for him.
Yeah?
I really... Okay, out of any people that could have a best of 7 series, it's Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic.
I know, but I'm kind of done with them.
Yeah, but now you add in a little bit more.
I'm done with them fighting each other.
You add more into it now. Now you get Wabi Swong.
The feud needs to end here, but the only problem is if it does, it's a shame they didn't put one of them over.
Fair.
Strong's winning next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Undisputed
Era is keeping all the gold. It's not like Strong's gonna fucking lose it, or maybe he will, and they'll beat him up or something. But no, I don't think anyone wants that. No one wants the Undisputed Era to break up. I mean, it's gonna happen
Eventually.
eventually,
Not now.
but No, not now.
So you don't. So like my takeaway from the match was like I felt like these two were like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like they have such good chemistry. I don't mind if they're fighting every single week.
No, it's getting a little old.
Is it?
For me, it is.
Well, it's what, their fourth match?
Fourth match, third, because the first one was a while ago.
Right.
Dijakovic get injured, but now they've had 3 matches in like just a couple months.
Right.
So it's like, all right, enough.
Well, they so what probably
Again,
happens?
Each time they do it, it makes it less and less special.
I don't know, but they find a way to make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, I've seen at least 3 of them, and I've been.
But it's just like anything
I've
else.
enjoyed them.
If you see it too much and too often, the thing about Gargano and Ciampa was they would only do it at Takeover, so it'd be like, okay, there's a Takeover. 3-4 months go by, then they do it again. You'd have to wait longer.
Yeah.
But they're doing it back and back, just for ratings, really, just to try to, which that's not even working. But so you might as well do whatever.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Matt Riddle versus Bronson Reed. They fist bumped to start the match. Riddle went for a corkscrew moonsault off the top rope, but Reed caught him with a sit-down powerbomb. But in the end, Riddle hit the Bro Derek for the win. And then they fist bump afterwards as well.
Just fun squash.
It wasn't a squash.
Reed got some good moves in. A fun, they're
you
not
knew
they're
who
not
was-
squash matches here.
you knew who was
They're
winning.
in between. Right.
But it wasn't a squash.
Right. I don't. We have to create a new term for
They
it.
probably went like 10 minutes.
Trans squash? No. it
No,
can't be trans.
not everything's trans. That doesn't make any
gotta,
sense.
We got to think of a new word for it because it's not a match and it's not a squash match. Like
It's a match.
Is it?
Yes.
Like a
Just because you know who's going to win.
like a toddler match. I don't know. We'll think of something.
Maybe we shouldn't.
I think we should.
No, maybe you
I
shouldn't.
think we should. I'm gonna make that as my priority.
All right.
We're gonna think of something.
Next up, the announce team tells us that Kushida suffered a hairline fracture in his wrist due to his match with Walter, and he's going to be out for a month. So, I don't know if this is real or not. Sometimes they just do this just to write them off for a month, but
Yeah.
it's probably real, I guess. I don't know.
Who knows?
Next up, we have Tainara versus Tegan Knox, the return of Tegan Knox.
I had not seen Knox before. This is my first time.
Well, it's funny. They welcomed her back to NXT, but I don't think
She's
she
a
ever had a match on
UK
NXT.
person, right? No.
No, she was the Mae Young Classic.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But she gets an easy win with the shiniest of wizards. That's what her finisher's called.
Sure.
It's just a running kick.
Yeah.
But the shiniest of wizards, that's a stupid name. And then Kathy Kelly interviews her after the match, and Dakota Kai comes out, gives her a big hug. But it's interrupted by Shayna Baszler and friends. Shayna tells Tegan, "Let me guess, you want to throw your name into the hat? You think that's a good idea? Why don't you ask Dakota Kai what it's like to be in the ring with me?" And then she says, "Let's be honest, you're running out of limbs to rehab." Tegan yells, "Give me a title shot." But Shayna tells her, "You haven't earned a title shot," and the bad girls leave. But they said title shot.
Yes, they did.
She didn't say, "Give me an opportunity at your title."
Well, Andrew,
You don't deserve an opportunity at my title.
NXT is run by a completely different family. It's not run by the McMahon family. It's run by the Levesque family.
Close enough. Yeah.
What a miss. Levesque?
Levesque.
Shit.
Yeah.
So close.
Right. You don't pronounce the S.
Yeah, I don't pronounce very many things well.
Hey, why did the Yankees, why did the game get postponed yesterday?
Bad weather.
No, but like, what was it? What was happening?
Torrential downpours?
Like, off the clouds. What was coming out of the clouds?
No, I'm not going to say it.
What was it?
It was Wayne. Stop it.
Can you say it right? Come on. Rain.
It was Wayne. Brain.
Okay, there you go. You said it. Yeah,
Jesus.
you could do it. See, it's all a shtick. Josh really isn't this stupid.
I'm not stupid. I have a hard time pronouncing words.
Pronouncing.
Pronouncing.
I have a hard time pronouncing.
Don't get me flustered. It's gonna get worse. God, dang it! I almost said, damn it.
All right, sorry. Next up, we have a message from Finn Balor. It's a video promo. Take a listen.
When your life comes to a crossroads, the only way to find a path to take is to revisit the ones you've walked before. How did you get here? Did your footsteps leave the world in a better place? Or did your missteps leave the world covered in darkness, egos, mistakes, eras? Retrace your steps to find your heart. I have. Next week, my future will be my past.
How about that?
I support this
Easily
message.
the best thing Balor's said
Done in
since the main
2
roster.
years.
Everything on the main roster, big fucking smile on his face, almost drawn on, and horrible promos written by morons. And yet he goes to NXT, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, he is good at promos.
Yeah.
Who knew?
You get a darker, kind of more real and gritty Finn Balor.
Yeah,
It's great.
no
It's
fucking
great.
smile. Jeez.
No Finn Balor club for everyone.
Yeah. Thank God.
I'm
But he
excited.
says next week, so is he wrestling next week?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
how much shade was there thrown in this podcast? I mean, in this promo, like you have to retrace your steps to find your heart.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously, you didn't have a heart in WWE.
Right.
Next week, my past becomes my future because my future was terrible. So I'm going back to my past.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's good.
I'm excited about the opportunity to see Finn Balor be Finn Balor again. Is the Demon going to come back?
Well, eventually.
Yeah.
Probably
But-
not for his first match.
So now, since we're fantasy booking, is he eventually going to take the title from Adam Cole again? He doesn't really need the title, does he? Do they make another title? Because they have the North American Championship.
He can't win. He can't win some lesser title.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I still would. I still want.
the title, the person makes the title, not the title makes a person.
I still want Ciampa to win it back. But again, I don't want it to be at War Games. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Wait till the January takeover or whenever the fuck they're gonna do the next takeover now, because we don't know. But wait till the next takeover after War Games and give it back to Ciampa. That's what I want.
So then he takes it from Ciampa? I don't know.
No, he doesn't have to, but they could fight for it.
But
It's probably going to be a triple threat match at some point. You know?
and then when Kevin Owens eventually joins.
Here's the good thing. Here's the cool thing. We don't know who's winning this title next.
No. It's up in the air.
I hope it's Ciampa, but it might be Balor, or maybe Cole beats both of them.
Right. It's nothing like Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston.
Christ.
Or
Why'd you
Brock
bring
Lesnar.
that shit up?
Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez.
Who wins that? Well, I don't think Brock. I think Brock wins by, or Kane wins by DQ in
Yeah.
Saudi Mania.
Probably. They're not going to take it off him.
Right. Well, I think they'll take it off him at the next chance Velasquez gets, probably at Survivor Series or some bullshit.
Can he really have the belt? I don't want to talk about WWE.
No, he
on this
fucking
podcast.
shouldn't, but
Yeah.
he will.
No. We don't need to bring that negativity here, Andrew.
You brought it up.
I'm sorry.
You mentioned Brock Lesnar's
I'm
name.
Sorry. That
Shut
was
your fucking mouth.
terrible. Terrible.
Next up, we have Boa versus Killian Dane. Boa gets
Don't do the podcast mad, Andrew.
Boa gets some offense in,
Okay.
but Dane
geez.
quickly takes over. No, I'm just kidding. This was a squash match.
Yeah.
This was a squash match.
But it's 2 weeks in a row, 3 matches in a row that Boa's been squashed.
Oh yeah. Fuck this guy. 3 Vader bombs and then a weird camel clutch for the win. My only thing is, I just don't understand why he hit him with 3 Vader bombs. Like, that's it. It's enough. I mean, one's enough.
I mean, he's probably dead at that point.
Really, one's enough. Vader bomb pin for the win. Why do you have to do the fucking submission after?
Overkill.
It's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Do it after the match if you must.
Look, he's still trying to work the WWE out of him.
No, but they
still
yeah.
trying to work the main roster out.
They do this shit so much, and it's like, why? It's like if Brock Lesnar hit a fucking F5 and then put the Kimura lock in. It's like, no, you hit the F5, they're dead. They can't tap now.
Right. Yeah. It's okay. He's gonna eventually get it right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Next up, we have Pete Dunne versus. But you don't need 3 power. You don't need 3 Vader
We're
bombs.
moving on, Andrew.
You don't need 3 Vader bombs for Boa. You don't.
Well, they're trying.
You don't even need it for Riddle.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to show the Chinese that were
Oh, shut
squashing
up.
people.
He's a fucking idiot.
This was Vince McMahon's Donald Trump moment. You know, he's trying
please.
to take trade talks
Oh,
and
please.
interject them into here right now. It's amazing. Look, we're gonna squash the Chinese like Dane on Boa.
Unless you're gonna give us some of that China money, like that Saudi money, then we'll suck your dick.
Yeah.
So for the main event, we got Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest.
Meh.
I'm sorry.
Meh.
Did you watch the match?
Yeah.
Okay, so going into this, I felt that way. But then I thought they had a really good match. I thought it was Priest's best match by far. That's mostly due to Dunn, but I thought it was a good match.
I thought there was some
It's not
good.
meh.
I thought there was good spots, but I was underwhelmed. Maybe it was because I was watching in the car and it was on a small screen. I probably shouldn't admit to that. I was driving and watching.
Good job.
Wrestling at the same car, but I don't care. It didn't excite me the way that Dijakovic and
Okay. Well, did you watch the entrance? Did you watch the entrance
yeah,
for Pete Dunne? Mm-hmm. So then you saw what happened?
he tried to pick a fight.
Oh, shut
with
up. Killian Dane confronts Dunn
Dane.
on the stage, but Dunn grabs Dane's finger and snaps it. And then Dane is held back by many refs and security, which, if Dane wanted to get through, he could have, obviously.
I honestly thought that was going to play a role.
Yeah,
in the end again.
I thought Dane would come out and
Yeah.
DQ finish or something.
Yeah.
So Dunn heads to the ring, and then Damian Priest comes out, and let's see what Ronaldo has to say about him.
Priest would have been a fixture at Studio 54. He loves popping bottles, dating models, and going full throttle in the fast lane.
Christ. Damian Priest? Christ. What are we, 0 for 3, 0 for 4? I don't know.
Oh, for Ronaldo.
Oh, for everything. He also called him he says, Damian Priest is a toxopholite.
Oh, I
toxopholite.
I Googled it.
And then he's like, oh, that means a lover of archery, Beth. I Googled it. Yeah. No shit, asshole. By the way, I typed that word into Word on my computer, and they don't even recognize it as a real word. Words like, you misspelled this. I don't even know what the fuck you were trying to spell here.
Gibberish? Are
But
you
it's
having a
not
stroke?
Toxopholite or I don't even
Jesus.
fucking remember what he
No,
said.
he had some. There was another terrible one. I can't remember when he compared Tainara to a Brazilian spider. It was so many. God, I can't listen to Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the worst thing about NXT by far.
And again,
Like
we've said
main
this many
roster,
times.
Terribly.
We've said this many times.
Many.
The sad part is he has a really good announcer voice.
He does,
So if he just wouldn't do this stupid shit, he'd easily be the best.
but he ruins it with the truculent.
Toxopholite.
Terrible.
Popping bottles, dating models, full throttle. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So into the match, Priest gave Dunn a razor's edge. Dunn kicks out. Priest also did a nice flip out of the ring. Priest gave Dunn a Frankensteiner off the top rope and then a sit-down choke slam, and Dunn kicks out of that. And I thought the end of the match was really good. Multiple counters. They were countering each other's finishers. And in the end, they got tangled up with the female ref. And then Priest kicked Dunn in the balls while the ref was moving out of the way.
Boom.
And he hit the Reckoning for the win. Oh, one more Ronaldo quote. After he kicked him in the balls, Ronaldo said, Priest hit the balls eye. The balls eye.
Yeah, it's a great pun, but I mean,
I can't believe Triple H allows this.
right.
Can't believe it.
It's terrible. I'd rather listen to Vic Joseph, by far. Anybody.
I'd rather have
When's
no
his contract
commentary.
run out?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I don't know.
that's bad.
All right, that was the end of NXT. So now we go to AEW. Starts with SCU coming out to the ring for their...
SCU. Okay, go ahead.
By the way, someone reminded me on Instagram today that the original SCU was Stone Cold University. It was a T-shirt. If you go to CM Punk's Pipe Bomb, you know the famous Pipe Bomb?
Yeah.
He's wearing an SCU shirt, Stone Cold University. But I totally forgot about that they sold that T-shirt. That was the original SCU.
Thanks for reminding Andrew. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
So SCU comes out for their tag team tournament match, but they're attacked from behind by the Lucha Brothers. Pentagon Jr. gave Christopher Daniels a pile driver on the ramp. Scorpio Sky then ran out for the save, and the Lucha Brothers left. And then medics came out to put Christopher Daniels on a stretcher, and then Scorpio Sky took his place in the match. So we have SCU versus the Best Friends. Best Friends, they took off one of Scorpio's sneakers because he didn't have his wrestling boots on.
Yeah, that was terrible.
They threw the shoe in the crowd. And then the other, and like one, I always forget which fucking Best Friends they are. It's because it's too new, so I need time.
Right.
But they bit his foot. Which, okay, first of all, the baby faces, the Best Friends were baby faces at All Out. Like they got jumped by the Dark Order, and then Orange Cassidy saved them.
Right.
So it's like, okay, so they're heels now. Later, Scorpio hit a huge dive over the ropes onto both Best Friends. And then he took off his other shoe, tossed it into the crowd, but then someone threw it back.
And it looked like he was about to play with it for a second, but the ref took it away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But in the end, SCU wins with a powerbomb drop kick combo, which is like, okay, the drop kick's unnecessary if you're going to powerbomb someone.
Well, it looked like it was botched, too. Like, he really didn't connect on the drop kick. So I was like, it was kind of
not
unnecessary.
supposed to connect.
But I mean, that was the point. They were trying to connect it, though. So I don't know. It looked. I thought it was a botched ending.
It's just weird. Like, I'm going to powerbomb you, but I'm going to kick you.
Right. No, they were trying to do too much there. But my thing is...
That's a lot of finishers, though, now, especially in AEW.
Yeah.
They try to do so much.
I thought Scorpio Sky was really, really good. And of course, I haven't seen as many AEW matches as everybody else. But, I mean, if Scorpio Sky is this good, why isn't he wrestling more often?
What do you mean?
Because they had said that that the third member of the match couldn't be out there, so that he wasn't going to be out there anyways. So it was just going to be the two white guys.
Right.
So, I mean, why isn't he wrestling?
He did.
No, but why wasn't he in the match to begin with?
Because they wanted to do this fucking angle where they take out Christopher Daniels. Obviously.
I don't know.
It's probably going to lead to a big return from Christopher Daniels, and they might win these titles now.
Isn't that good? Look, the two white guys look old.
Well, Christopher Daniels is old.
Yeah.
But maybe they're going to win these titles. I thought it was going to be Dark Order. Maybe they'll beat Dark Order. I don't know. Who fucking knows? Who cares?
I don't know.
I really don't care who wins these titles.
Yeah, I'm a little bit down on the tag team.
It probably should be Lucha Bros. If Luchasaurus was not hurt, then I would say them. But
yeah, we'll get to that match later.
Next up, we have Santana and Ortiz versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds, a.k.a. Two Jobbers. Squash match here. Easy win for Santana and Ortiz. Powerbomb neckbreaker off the top rope for the win. After the match, Jericho appears on the Titantron, puts over his guys, and say they want to face the Young Bucks November 9th at Full Gear.
So, I have a question. Of course, I'm just a wrestling toddler in this great big journey. If you're part of a stable, why do you still have your individual tag team name?
Go ahead, Josh. Josh, go ahead. You there?
Vince?
Sorry, what were you? Why are they
Why
called?
do you have your individual tag team name if you're part of a stable? The stable is the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
But they're still the Proud and Powerful? Stupid name for a tag team.
The Proud and Powerful? Well, no, they introduced them as Santana and Ortiz.
I heard Proud and Powerful.
They said Santana and Ortiz. Maybe they said both. Maybe they said the Proud and Powerful Santana and Ortiz. But I did hear them say Santana and Ortiz.
I guess it's a small nitpick.
Yeah.
These guys are, kind of forgettable, to be honest.
Well, the one guy is like a fucking wild dog.
Yeah, he's like a
Nikki
rabid Cross
dog
of that group, biting ropes. I don't know.
Right. Next up, we have a video package hyping Cody's match with Jericho.
I want to interject before you finish. I really, really, really like the video packages they do for AEW. They're great. The one that they did with Cody and Sammy Guevara to start a couple weeks ago, then this one. These are really high quality video packages. I like them. They're really great. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So what we do here is we recap and then we say if it's good or not.
I wanted to tell people it's good off the bat.
I want to say it first.
I want to say first and last. I'll say it again after.
No, this video package was great.
Yeah.
It really was. It starts weird because like Cody's at home,
Right.
and he's just like sitting on the table, and then Brandy walks in, and they made Brandy look like the annoying housewife. Like
Well,
Cody,
she probably is.
Cody, okay, so we gotta. She's reading off like their schedule, which is like first you have an interview with this, and then you have. She might as well be reading the grocery list. She's like, okay, so we need tomatoes, we need eggs, we need milk, we need cheese. Make sure you get all that, and then we need this, and Cody's like, fuck, and he just walks away. Leave me the fuck alone. But he's got the AEW championship on his mind. And then we have testimonials from Brandy, DDP, MJF, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and even Cody's mother, who I don't think she's ever done anything.
Wow.
I mean, I've never seen it. And they're all talking about how focused Cody is and how important this match with Jericho is because it's, Jericho's also shitting on his late father.
Right.
But it was really good. And I loved when DDP did his Dusty Rhodes impression.
That was great.
It's fucking awesome. Oh, hey, the Astros are up.
Astros are up.
Nice. Yeah. How'd they do that?
Home run by Springer.
3-run homer?
3-run homer.
Nice.
Just sweet.
All right, cool. All right, next up we have...
I'm going to leave it up here.
We have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Riho for the AEW Women's Championship. What did Baker do to deserve this?
Nothing.
Did she even win her last match?
No.
No, she lost?
It was a tag team match. There was a weird tag team match they had with the...
Oh, she was with... Yeah, but they won.
Yeah, but I don't think... Did she pin?
It's probably Rio.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think it
Rio.
was Rio. No, I didn't think there was anything that was done.
So she really didn't deserve a title match here. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But again, this is what happens when ratings are important.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And you had mentioned before, and I'd never noticed it until now, just how tiny that belt is.
Oh, yeah.
When that ref was holding it up, I was like, holy shit,
Well,
that thing is so small.
That should have told us right away, like, who's winning that title. It was, like, made for Riho.
Yeah.
Like
This can't fit around Britt Baker.
When someone else, if
She's
someone
going
else...
to wear it as a stash?
Whenever someone else wins it, they're like, no, give me a bigger one.
Yeah. Could you imagine Nyla Rose trying to put that on?
She's not going to put it on.
Put it on my arm.
Yeah. She puts it on her wrist.
No, but okay. So I know we're gonna get in this match, but like, what is Rio's gimmick? Is she what is she?
She's not a pirate.
She's not. Is she?
I think
Is
she's
she
like
supposed to be sexy?
She's like a fuck doll. I don't know.
No, but like seriously,
I don't know.
I don't know.
She like wears a dress.
Yeah,
It's weird.
but like it's lacy and
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. If anybody knows what her gimmick is, I would love to understand.
There really isn't one. That's what it is.
Like Dr. Brooke Baker, I understand. She's a dentist.
Yes.
She wants to stick her fingers in
They don't
people's mouth.
stop telling you that she's a dentist.
Yeah. Isaac Yankum.
But what'd you think of this match?
Forgettable.
Right.
Bad.
Like all the women's matches in AEW.
I really
desperately need
liked the first.
They were probably
Championship
They were
match.
probably begging Sasha to not re-sign.
Yeah, they could use some top tier talent. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This was not good, and that might be why Dr. Britt Baker got the championship match, is because like she's one of the top fucking wrestlers they have.
Yeah. So Baker hit Riho with a stunner, but Riho didn't even fall down. You got stunned. Stone Cold Stunner.
It's hard to stun someone that small, Andrew.
Baker got Riho in the lockjaw and put her fingers in her mouth, but then Riho rolled backwards and pinned Baker for the win. And that's the only time that I like a roll-up, when it's out of desperation to get out of something, like a submission.
Makes
So
sense.
like, okay, there I don't mind the roll-up. But like just in a match where it's like we're fighting and then, I roll you up.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
So Riho retains and then they shake hands after the match. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Boring match. Next up, we have Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express, except no Luchasaurus because he suffered a non-contact thigh injury.
Which meant I had no interest for this match.
Correct. Marco Stunt took his place.
Holy shit. That guy he looked like he was 14 years old.
I hate him.
He looked like he was Nicholas's brother.
I hate him so much.
So small.
I don't hate him as much as Jim Cornette hates him, but I love when Jim Cornette shits. It's so funny.
I really thought that this was like a person they found out of the crowd.
I was like, I swear to God, if they win this match,
terrible.
if Marco Stunt wins this match, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Is he part of that group or
Yeah.
is just a late addition?
No, he is. So he started the match against Pentagon Jr. doing the stupid floss dance, and then 5 seconds into the match, everyone's in the ring for like the rest of the match. Everyone's in the ring.
Right. My biggest nitpick about this whole night, because it was like a tag team feature night, was like, what the fuck is the point of tagging someone in and out if someone is going to stay in the entire time?
No. Late in the match, we'll go back, but late in the match, Phoenix tagged in Pentagon. Only problem? Pentagon was already in the ring.
It was very confusing.
Pentagon was in the ring all the fucking way. He was not outside on the apron. He was in the ring, leaning against the turnbuckle, and fucking tagged him in. And the ref's like, tag!
Right.
No. You can't tag someone in if they're already in.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not the only... I thought I might have been the only person with that nitpick, but I'm glad you noticed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Referees are having a bad time in A&W so far.
Well, they're just, you feel bad for the refs because they make them look like idiots.
Yeah.
Because they can't help it, you know? But Stunt's offense is ridiculously stupid as usual. They're like throwing him in the air and he's hitting bullshit. Pentagon hit Marco Stunt with a pump handle driver, and it looked like he was doing this to a child.
Yes.
And somehow Marco kicked out. In real life, you could just pin him down.
Right.
Like ding, 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 pin him down.
Probably weighs as much as Riho.
Yeah.
Yes. And Pentagon is like a fucking grown man.
Just pin him down. He should have a match with Jake Hager.
I would love to see that.
Ding, ding, ding. And then he just holds him down like a big brother would hold down a little brother.
Right.
And he's like, no.
It does sound like...
Mom!
Don't give them ideas. It does sound like something that AEW
I'd like to see it.
might do.
No, I'd like to see it. It would be the most realistic thing Marco Stunt has ever done in a wrestling ring.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work if like fans can beat up the wrestler. You know?
Yeah.
Like Rey Mysterio's small, but he's got fucking muscles.
Right.
He's fucking jacked.
I mean, he looks like a tiny trash can.
He's jacked. I could probably still beat up Rey Mysterio, but like not any fan in the crowd can't beat up Rey Mysterio.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you'd probably get beat up by Rey Mysterio.
Probably. Yeah. Take a 619.
I'm just saying, anyone in the fucking crowd, any adult could beat up Marco Stunt.
Male or female.
Probably like 14 and up.
I would love to see the match between Riho and Marco Stunt.
Riho would win, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, so
it was. I mean, we can't shit on this match enough.
Thankfully, the Lucha. I was afraid. I really was afraid. I was like, oh my
That they
God.
were playing around with them too much, and that
Are
they
they gonna-
accidentally get a roll up win or
Is
something.
he going to roll up Pentagon or Phoenix?
Yeah, it was
Because they already got rid of. They already got the Young Bucks out of the
right.
tournament. Obviously, we know now that was just so they could face Santana and Ortiz. But thankfully, the Lucha Brothers win with their finisher, the dropkick pile driver, which again is another like the pile driver is so good you don't need to dropkick the person at the same time.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Pac and Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. This was awesome.
Yeah, best match of AEW. Well, until we get to the end.
This was really good.
Yeah,
I
it
really
started
enjoyed
to get better after that stupid bullshit.
And you know, like, I really am not that big of a fan of Omega so far, but this was my favorite match with Omega.
No,
He got the hot tag, and he was just fucking destroying Pac and Moxley. Like, it was awesome. Pac hit Omega with a cutter that Omega sold really, really well. And then Omega and Moxley both went under the ring at the same time to pull out the barbed wire bat and the barbed wire broom. But then Pac got in the ring and took away the weapons and yelled at Moxley because he didn't want to get DQ'd. So Moxley gave Pac 2 middle fingers, then a paradigm shift, and then he bailed on him, proving that, again, like, Moxley's not a face or a heel.
He doesn't care.
Right.
He's stone cold.
So Paige and Omega went to town on Pac together, and Paige hit the Deadeye for the win. Pac's first loss in AEW.
It's good. Sets up another feud as soon as Moxley's done with Omega. You know he's going to be feuding
With?
Moxley.
No, they're fighting next week.
Moxley and Pac?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
Which, when they announced it, I was like, ooh. Like, yeah. So, like, they, AEW is now getting me excited for stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 2 WWE guys, but they're fucking great.
Yeah. Yes, they are. At WWE didn't have that match.
And I don't know who's winning that match. Probably no one.
Did they have that match in WWE? I can't recall it.
Well, they were kind of both baby faces for.
Yeah.
Like,
then he went to 205 Live.
He went to 205 Live and became a heel, and then they probably never wrestled.
Yeah. So
They probably tagged once or twice, but they probably never fought.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wins this match because
Got to be a DQ.
DQ or someone causes the other one to lose. Like they might do something. This is more of like a WWE thing, but you never know. AEW could do it too. Like Omega helps Moxley win.
to
it's
keep
like
them healthy for their match.
Or like just like what do you think about like mind games? That bullshit. But
that's totally WWE.
I don't know. Because we know Moxley is fighting Omega at Full Gear. Have they said Pac's fighting Hangman
I have not heard.
at Full Gear?
I can look that up.
But it's probably happening. I mean,
Look up the Full Gear card.
I would say it's going to happen, right? I mean,
it does seem to be leading to that.
Neither of them can afford a clean loss,
Only 3 matches are announced so far. Moxley, Omega, Jericho, and Cody, and the Young Bucks versus
Okay,
Ortiz.
but Pac's going to fight Hangman.
More than likely.
I mean, come on. Where else are they going to fight?
It seems to be a high probability.
Yeah. Next up, we have the main event, Chris Jericho versus Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship in a Philadelphia street fight. Darby brought his stupid skateboard, and Jericho brought the Painmaker gimmick from Japan.
Oh, so he's done this shit before?
He did this in Japan.
Looks like a sad clown.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
All right.
isn't it like what the fuck is that movie?
Clockwork Orange?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
But I think it's a reference to that.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, Jericho threw Darby into the ring post and he fell out of the ring. I got to tell you, I was not excited for this match, but it ended up being really good. And again, it's like I said, Darby Allin needs a hardcore match to shine.
Right.
And this was that. You could use weapons, no DQ and all that stuff.
You can get creative.
So he shined here. They traded off kendo stick shots on each other. Jericho hit the code breaker, went for the pin, but Darby got his hand on the rope. Now, WWE street fights don't have rope breaks, but I don't know. Well, they don't until they do and they fuck up. Like,
right.
How many times have they fucked up where they don't know their own rules?
Because I got confused here.
Like, you have a cage match and a rope break and no.
Right.
But I don't know AEW rules, so...
I got confused because I was like, why are they breaking it up?
Yeah.
So, okay. So, all right. So you're confused too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they announced the rules for this match, right? They just said street fight.
Yeah, street fight. And I guess because it's different than WWE, they have different rules.
They can get away with it, is what it is.
Yeah.
Probably not different rules, but they got away with it here. So Jericho gets a chair and punishes Darby with it. He puts Darby in the walls, but Darby gets the rope. Another rope break. Jericho then duct tapes Darby's hands behind his back, but he still manages to get offense in. Darby did a lion salt with no hands for support, as well as a suicide dive, then jumping off the top rope, like
and a
crazy.
moonsault, yeah.
All no hands. Like, okay, when you do the lion salt, Jericho does it. Like, yeah, he puts his 2 hands on the top rope and then does it.
Right.
He did it no fucking hands.
But it's, I mean...
And even so, even if you don't use hands, you still need your arms out for support.
Right.
Not behind your
or
back.
balance.
Yeah, balance.
You know?
Exactly. Not behind your back. So that was really impressive.
I was very impressed with that.
Yeah. And then Jericho powerbombed Darby on his skateboard, but Darby kicked out. The only bad thing about that was it didn't break the skateboard.
Oh, yeah, that probably would be a good touch. Yeah. He's too small.
Yeah. Jericho went for a chair strike, but Darby drop kicked the chair into Jericho's face. Darby then goes to the top rope again, but then Jake Hager shows up and punches him in the face. Jericho then locks in the walls, and the ref stopped the match. And it's like, okay.
Well,
shut up. No, I'm talking.
Okay,
I'm talking.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you just had WWE just had the Bray
Okay,
Wyatt.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna fucking
Go
kill
ahead.
you.
Go ahead.
Bray Wyatt. WWE just had the Bray Wyatt Seth Rollins thing, which ended in referee stoppage. Jericho puts Darby Allin in the walls of Jericho, and the referee just stops the match. Why?
Can I talk now? Can I talk? Can I be acknowledged now?
Okay.
I was with you until I saw you watching it here, and then I saw it. They didn't have the clearest camera angle for it, but you do see his head doing this.
No, you don't tap
Yes.
with your head.
No, but he might have been saying, "Ow, it hurts. I'm tapping." He
No.
can't tap with his hands behind his back. If he's shaking his head and he's saying, "Ow, it hurts," I mean that's a tap, right?
They said referee stoppage.
Oh, I didn't hear that referee stoppage. Okay. Well, I mean, referee stoppage could be anything. It could mean that he tapped out. The referee stopped it because he couldn't tap out, but he was yelling in pain.
No.
I give
didn't-
the
no.
slightest bit of doubt.
No.
I give the slightest benefit.
They want Darby to be a badass, so they didn't want him to tap. So they had, but you don't have to do the walls. Just hit him with another fucking code breaker or the Judas effect. Pin him.
I kind of thought when he
If
was
you don't
falling
wanna-
off the ropes, he was going to do a Judas effect and just go down.
If you don't want him to tap, just pin him.
Right.
This referee stoppage shit sucks. It sucks. This is not the UFC. In the UFC, they don't do this. You have to tap.
I give
You
a
have to
little
tap?
benefit. Go back and watch. You'll see his head move and bob. In that
They said
look,
referee stoppage.
they could say that, but I mean, who knows? They might have fucked it up on
You
their
don't
end.
tap with your head. You don't.
That's the only way he could tap. He couldn't tap with his hands behind his back. It looked stupid. I agree, but I
They
mean,
shouldn't have done
I'm
it.
trying to give just a slightest bit of doubt.
All right, I'll watch it again.
Yeah, watch it again.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you are.
But I doubt it. Afterwards, the rest of the inner circle came out and celebrated with a little bit of the bubbly. So I like that.
Bubbly.
Nope. All right. So that being said, which show is better? This is a tough one because the first 2 weeks I thought it was easy NXT.
Right.
This week I don't know. I'm on the fence.
If we're going, see, this is tough because if you're going by like the last images, I think it's AEW.
Well, of course.
But the overall
Jericho celebrating over Damian Priest celebrating.
Right. The overall beginning to end of the show, I think NXT was stronger, but I think the final 2 matches of AEW really puts it over this week. I think AEW wins this week.
Really?
Yeah. And it was just because the final 2 matches. Everything else was almost shit
For AEW.
for AEW. But the final 2 matches, that last hour was pretty damn good. And it was a lot better than any of the moments that NXT had. NXT had some really good moments. But the more lasting impression was AEW.
All right. Let's go.
Did I tell you?
Let's go with AEW this week. So 2-1. NXT still winning 2-1, at least on this podcast.
Okay.
In real life, though, AEW's winning 3-0.
But it expected.
It is expected. They're on
Right.
TNT.
Right. Like I was replying to some guy's tweet earlier today, and he's like, I can't believe NXT is losing to AEW in the ratings. It's really making me mad. I was like, bro, calm down. Let me walk you through it.
Mm-hmm.
NXT is WWE's third show.
Yeah.
AEW's Wednesday Night Dynamite is their A show. Just the fact that they're even this fucking close.
And it's on the bigger network.
Right, on the bigger network too.
So
I mean, you should be proud of NXT for showing up like this.
I think WWE, I think even because Vince isn't stupid. He's been in television forever. Vince knew that they were not going to beat AEW. But the thing about it is AEW only has this one show. So like if NXT, they put NXT head to head to take some viewers away from AEW, which obviously it does.
Agree.
We don't know exactly how many because some people go back and forth and watch both.
Agree.
So like AEW had 1.014 million viewers this week, which is barely down last week. It was 1.018, so 0.004 difference. NXT was way down. They had 790,000 last week. This week, 712,000.
Right.
So,
I mean,
that's a
split
big
it,
drop.
but they're not dropping drastically. No. Not dropping drastically.
Well, they started with 1 million.
Right. But I mean,
Before AEW. So, but again, WWE is just doing this just to take some people away from AEW.
right. I mean, imagine if, AEW is getting like the 2s or the 3s, beating Raw and SmackDown in the ratings. I mean, I think they'd be a lot more concerned about that.
They're not going to do that on Wednesday.
I'm just saying, theoretically, if all those NXT fans are gone
Yeah.
and they migrate to Wednesday Night Dynamite, I mean, then the number starts getting pretty
Now,
formidable.
if NXT puts more big stars on the show, main roster stars, because they put Finn Balor, but if they put a few more big names like Balor, and they start going to bigger arenas, then you have a shot. You have to up the budget,
Right.
that's for sure.
And that probably won't happen because Vince cares very little about NXT.
Yeah, but I think they're going to, I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to start traveling next year.
I wouldn't mind that.
No, sure, why not? NXT comes to Houston, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, awards. Who do you have for worst dressed?
Worst dress, I had Jericho the Sad Clown.
You just don't get it, Josh.
I don't get it. And I didn't get it. Even though you told me it was part of his gimmick, doesn't mean it looks cool. He looks like a fucking weird, creepy, sad clown. I don't do clowns.
Oh, that's right.
Which is why I blocked it on Twitter.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I had the child, Marco Stunt. Sorry, I forgot his
Dominic's older brother.
name. The child. Rey Mysterio. I was like, what the fuck? Dominic, my brother?
No. Dominic, who
Rey
came.
Mysterio.
No, I was talking about who came in with Braun Strowman. Wasn't
No,
his
that's
name
Nicholas.
Ah, shit.
He does look like Nicholas.
He does, doesn't he?
Best dressed?
Io Shirai.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Worst acting?
Worst acting. I mean, I thought there was a couple different people. Probably Marco Stunt. He had a lot of weird selling.
I had Ronaldo.
Well, I mean, you could give Ronaldo that award every single week.
No, sometimes he has good stuff.
we save an award for
Sometimes
Ronaldo.
he goes like 2 and 5, not 0 and 5. Best acting.
Best acting. I'm gonna give it to Wabi Strong.
All right.
I liked his passion this week.
Okay.
Lots of fire. He came out hot after
I'll
having
still
that
give it to
tiny
Regal.
pee-pee.
I'll still give it to Regal. Anytime
that's good.
Regal yells, I get aroused.
It was nice to see
Wait.
Regal actually. I mean, he was pretty involved this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Worst comment?
Worst comment was, and the man that tweets in uppercase hands out uppercuts.
I also had Ronaldo, but it was when he was talking about Damian Priest, the
Yeah.
audio we played earlier.
Picking him.
Best comment?
Very clever, Roderick Strong, but not clever enough. Sunshine.
That's not an English accent
That's
at all.
that's my William Regal voice.
That's a horrible impression.
Listen, I thought it sounded perfect.
I just had Balor's promo.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Worst match?
The AEW Women's Championship.
That was my slow-mo. My worst match was Lucha Bros versus Jurassic Park. Or Jurassic Express.
Sure, whichever.
But it was because of Marco Stunt,
Yeah.
obviously. Best match?
Best match was the AEW Men's Championship match.
Okay. Mine was Moxley and Pac versus Omega and Page. Yeah.
Split difference.
Worst move?
Worst move. Where was it?
I wrote-
biting the foot in the opening AEW tag match. Do you count that as a move? I think that's a
Yeah,
move.
that's it. I wrote Marco's stunt.
There was a lot of bad on. There was a lot of good on AEW, but there was also a lot of bad.
Just pick one of the things that Marco
Right.
Stunt did. Best move?
Regal announcing the triple threat match.
No, best move.
Oh, but shit, that was best move. My bad. Best move was the no arms second rope moonsault.
Lion Salt.
Lion salt.
Yeah, that's what
great.
I had.
Yeah.
Worst moment?
Worst moment was it was Marco's stunt.
Yes. Replacing Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, why not just cancel? Could have canceled the match. Could have done a lot of different things.
Best moment?
It was Regal announcing the triple threat. I spoiled it. Shit. 'Cause I said it just a minute ago.
Right. I had Gargano teasing the face-to-face
Yeah.
with Ciampa. That got me really excited.
That's a good one too. Full chub, half chub,
3/4.
3/4 chub. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Right.
75% chub.
Yeah. All right, that's all for awards. Now it's time for some breaking news.
Go ahead.
So 3 days after being fired from WWE, Eric Bischoff has been announced for StarCast 4 from November 7th through the 10th, which, is coincides with Full Gear. So it'll be interesting to see what he says. I'm sure I'll read the cliff notes. I'm sure it's going to be... I'm sure he's not going to say anything that's like controversial.
No, he's got to be PC for the eventual time when he runs back to WWE.
Yeah.
Right. To get fired in 3 years. I really did like
I
what
think
y'all said on the podcast.
what Joe said was great.
Right. I think Vince does hire him just to fire
He's like, no, he hires Bischoff every few years just to fire him.
I think that's probably true.
But this is the first time Bischoff was hired by WWE and had influence.
But
on-
it never felt like he had influence.
Well-
it never felt that way. It looked like the same shit week after week after week.
It got worse.
Maybe he was just lazy and didn't fucking care.
All the rumors out of the Observer were saying that Eric Bischoff really wasn't doing anything, and Bruce Pritchard's been running SmackDown. So I guess we blame Pritchard. Oh, really, we blame Vince. Obviously, we know what's fucking going on.
Right.
So yeah. Also, William Regal appeared at last weekend's Evolve show, where he got in the ring and offered Shotzi Blackheart an NXT contract, which she accepted. That's fine. I don't know who she is. Good for her, but you can't call her Blackheart in NXT.
Yeah.
You just
There's
can't.
already another.
You can't do it because there's only one, and it's Tommaso Ciampa. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Right. I kind of want to look at it.
Last thing I have, WWE 2K posted a video on YouTube of Johnny Gargano versus Shawn Michaels, with HBK winning with an elbow drop off the top rope. Gargano retweeted this saying, "Isn't this the premise of the movie Rocky Balboa?" Rocky 6. It is. It totally is.
Yeah. He's funny.
Oh my god. That's like my... I think at this point, that would be like my number one dream match of all time.
So that's her?
Yeah. That's Shotzi Blackheart. whatever. Never heard of her.
Hard pass.
Okay, well, she looks all right. The green hair's stupid, but...
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about her as a wrestler, not as,
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
maybe she's a good wrestler.
Who knows?
What do you have? Reese's Pieces?
For Reese's Pieces, I've got an NXT injury report. And the injury report states that Velveteen Dream will be unable to compete at the upcoming War Games event.
What does he have?
It doesn't say what he has, but it just says he's not medically cleared to compete. So
Who's Matt Camp? Who's reporting this?
this is WrestleZone.
It just says he's hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully they're wrong.
Right. You never know.
wrestlers.
That's why it's Reese's Pieces. People can take the knowledge for however they want to. Dave Meltzer had this quote, and I'd like to ask you about it, since you are a lifelong wrestling fan, and I'm just a
All right.
So he says, unfortunately, in the last 30 years, people have gotten very spoiled to production values. If it's not produced in a certain way, very, very expensively, people might see it as minor league no matter how good the wrestling is. Thoughts?
No, I don't agree because NXT is my favorite show.
And,
And before it went live, it didn't have much production value.
Right.
And I go back and okay. This is all opinion. So maybe
Right, it's an opinion.
some viewers feel this way, right?
Well, I think that's how he feels.
What do you mean?
How he feels.
don't
In the
think he
last 30
cares.
years, people have gotten very spoiled. So that's how he's seen.
Fine, maybe, but me personally, I love going back watching the old Raw's Wars and like the old school Titantron. That really doesn't look great, but I kind of like that. Like
Right.
the Raw's War feeling, where you just have a ring, you have a rowdy crowd, and
Right.
just that fucking Titantron. I like that. Like I fucking Raw and SmackDown. Why does the apron have to light up? Why does the ring apron have to have an LED screen on it?
Right.
It's stupid.
No, I agree.
And then when they did the ramp, now the ramp lights up, and at WrestleMania that one year, like Orton had the sperm snake. It's fucking stupid. All
That was
we
pretty
need
bad.
is pyro. That's it. We just need pyro. We don't need stupid LED screens. LED lights. We don't need all the fucking laser lights everywhere, or the digital images that they fucking do at WrestleMania and Saudi Mania. We don't need all that. We just need pyro.
Right. And AEW gives you that. AEW. There we go.
Yeah. Well, now Raw and SmackDown does, because
Barely.
AEW does.
Barely. Not much. So breaking news, Andrew. There's a match scheduled for tomorrow. Well, I guess it would be today.
SmackDown.
There's a match scheduled for SmackDown.
SmackDown.
And it's Roman Reigns
Yeah.
versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC title.
Yeah. Congratulations, Roman. We fucking know what's happening. Congrats, Roman. You're the IC champ.
Problem. Then Sami Zayn had
What the
this.
fuck did he do to get this match?
He had cancer?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, there's not really a great comeback. He hasn't really done anything. He beat Eric Roman? Roman?
Okay.
Roman?
All right. Look. Let me just say this right now.
Sure.
If Roman winning the title is what it takes, the IC title. If Roman winning the IC title, if that's what it takes to get Nakamura to become a babyface again, fine. As long as this leads to Nakamura, like, getting annoyed by Sammy, and you know what I mean? Like, Nakamura is a babyface again, and he has the fucking cool music without the fucking lyrics, fine. Just don't bury him after that. Or fucking send him back to NXT!
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that go back to NXT and probably do well.
Anything else?
Yeah,
You're pissing me off.
Just a tweet from Sami Zayn. It made me laugh when I saw it. So Nakamura-san and I were eligible to be drafted together and got picked in the third round by SmackDown. Imagine being able to get a generation-defining performer and the Intercontinental Champion together in one pick and still deciding to pick the Big D Roman Reigns first.
Well, that's the other thing about the draft
Unreal.
is if they were trying to make it real, you would pick all the champions first.
Right.
Obviously.
Or the stables. You would pick the stables.
Of course.
Yeah. We talked so much about just how terrible the draft was, but yeah, it was, so many problems. So many problems. Did you watch the XFL draft?
No.
No.
There's nothing to watch, right?
I did only because there was no Campo guy that could have been picked in the draft. But like, I was like, they're doing a draft at the same time, and at least this draft is a tiny bit more interesting.
but the
you
video
actually get
is
to
just
do the world.
a screen, right?
Well, you get the screen, you have the picks on the bottom, and then you get a little screenshot of the war room.
Did someone announce the picks?
Yeah, and they're like, well,
Did Luck announce the picks?
No, it was like, so someone in the war room would be like, the Seattle Supersonics select whoever, and then the guy would be like, confirm Seattle Supersonics select.
Why are you saying Super?
I don't know what the fuck their name is.
Dragons.
Are they okay? The Seattle Dragons. So yeah, I mean that was a more well, it was realistic, but I was like, they're doing it at the fucking same time. Why can't they take the same type of notes from the draft and reproduce it there?
Oh, by the way, the XFL is already fixed. Why did they choose the quarterbacks before the draft?
Well, they were still drafted quarterbacks too, which I thought
No,
was
but
kinda
why was
weird.
like Cardell Jones and Landry Jones and the other 6 starting quarterbacks? Why were they signed before the draft?
They did it the same way as like the AFL because they were like regional quarterbacks, so the quarterback in that region stayed in that location. I don't know why, Andrew. I'm just telling you what happened. I'm telling you the facts.
We already
The
know.
facts.
We already know. Where did Cardell Jones go?
Upper Northeast somewhere. I don't know.
It's either going to be Cardell Jones or Landry Jones that wins this. Those 2 teams. That's it. It's always the bigger quarterback. Like the other 6 quarterbacks are unknown.
I don't know. Defense wins championships.
No. Brooks Bollinger won. I forget what league it was at the time. The USFL or some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He was the shittiest. He was like a 3rd stringer on the Jets who ended up playing because of injuries. He was fucking horrible. He ended up winning that fucking league and being the MVP.
Yeah, dreams happen, Andrew.
Is that all?
That's all.
What inning?
We are in the top of the 6th inning. Astros have runners on the corners.
All right.
And finally,
I was just asking for a quick update. Most people don't care.
Jordan Alvarez has a hit.
All right, great.
All right.
Fan questions. Pop Culture Junkie. Andrew gets 5 minutes alone with Vince, Heyman, and Pritchard. What does he scream at them?
Is it about the draft? What are you screaming?
Actually, I would whisper to Heyman and Pritchard, let's kill Vince.
They would be like, we've been poisoning him for years.
Yeah. Joey Montez, am I the only one who thinks Finn Balor is whack? I
Is
mean,
that a cool whack? Bad
no,
whack?
I think bad.
Bad?
I mean, if you've only seen him on the main roster, then I guess I can't blame you.
Right. Just wait a week or two. You'll see cool Finn Balor.
Yeah, he'll be cool soon.
Yeah.
Mitch Tarr, would you rather watch the worst AEW pay-per-view or the worst takeover? I mean,
Worst takeover.
if it's going to suck, it's going to suck, right?
Right, but I think the worst that NXT would produce would be a lot better than the worst that AEW.
Oh, if you put it that way, yeah.
Right.
Chris
Skateboarding match?
Oh, this is a good one. Chris Chubb, Pushfire Barry for Josh. Ryback returns as NXT champion for a year.
Shit.
Did you hear that one?
I heard that. Ryback returning. 3-run home run by Correa! Game's over. Pretty much.
Astros
Go
won the
on.
World Series. I mean, not today, but,
Yeah, but
they're going to be up
eventually.
3-1.
Sure,
it's
sure,
over.
sure. Okay.
All right, Pushfire Barry for Josh again.
Ryback coming back as the NXT champion. That
For a
sounds,
year.
For a year? That sounds great.
Josh dates Nia Jax for 1 year.
Ah, shit.
Or Josh can order Little Caesars for free for 1 year.
Well, it's got to be. Does the.
I could.
does,
I think I know what you're picking.
Does the. Do I only get 1 year? I mean, or do I eventually, like.
It's all over.
All over in 1 year?
Yeah.
You got to pick Nia Jax.
Push that, right?
Yeah, push that. Barry Ryback Barry the Little Caesars. No, Barry Ryback because Little Caesars pizza and then fire Little Caesars pizza. Because at least if Ryback came back, it would be cool. But I guess he would suck as a champion.
It would not be cool.
It would be cool. Feed me more. Feed. Why isn't he on AEW?
What? They're not going to get him.
Why not? I think he'd be a cool addition. Jack Hagar. He would be an excellent addition to the inner circle.
Jake Hager.
Yeah.
Sergio, what fantasy matches would you guys like to see between NXT and AEW superstars?
Together like a
Yeah, like this guy versus this guy. Obviously, we can't do females because AEW needs some good female wrestlers first.
oh man.
But I mean, Adam Cole versus Moxley, Adam
Jericho
Cole.
versus anybody.
Jericho versus, yeah, I mean, come on.
Darby Allin. Like, who would be a good match for Darby Allin? I guess Darby Allin versus maybe Matt Riddle. I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. There could be some great crossover potential that would never happen. A lot of good ones.
Moxley, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole would be great. Johnny Gargano versus Chris Jericho.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Yeah. Gargano versus Pac.
Oh shit. A triple threat. Gargano, Ciampa, and Chris Jericho?
Ciampa versus Jericho.
Ciampa versus Big Daddy Ciampa versus the sad clown Chris Jericho.
Shut up. Jalen Morgan, do you think it would be cool if Jericho performed his own theme song live before his own match? That would be badass.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be fucking... He should do that one time. That'd be so fucking... That's so egotistical. That's so Chris Jericho. He should totally fucking do that.
Yeah.
That is a fucking awesome idea.
That's something you should tweet to
That's
Chris
one of the
Jericho.
best
He
ideas.
might have never thought about that before.
That is an amazing
That's
fucking
great.
idea.
Yeah.
He comes out to his Fozzy song anyway.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh my God, that'd be such a dick move. But so...
It would
that's
be great.
so Jericho.
It would be great. Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to see that, Jalen.
I might actually tweet that to Chris Jericho. Not that I'll read it, but yeah. Maybe people
Justin
will retweet
Reed, do you guys think we'll get a no hands match between Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin?
I'm interested in
Interesting.
seeing more of Darby Allin with his hands behind his back. What else can he do? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. Rachel Graham is AEW, the dad bod rejects from WWE, Jericho, Moxley, and Spears. I don't think Moxley and Spears have bad.
No, but Jericho's total dad bod. Total.
He's fucking 48.
He like Trent Seven should go to AEW.
We'd all be thankful to look that good at 48.
That's true. That's true. I would be thankful to look that way at 38, 48 too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Stop body shaming, Rachel.
Brazilian psychopath. Can anyone other than Regal call a wrestler sunshine and still look threatening?
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe Ciampa. AJ Flores.
Sunshine.
I know Andrew wants AEW to build more storylines. Would you rather see more in-ring promos or vignettes like Cody's to build those early storylines heading into the pay-per-view? I'm also digging the video entrances. 2, instead of the generic font and background in WWE. Josh, feel free to give this a little Caesars upgrade. Glad to have you back. I do like the vignettes a lot. I think the vignettes right now are better than the in-ring promos. Although Jericho's really good at that. They're both great. The Cody vignette, like we said, was awesome.
Right.
And I
But
like
they're few and far between.
And the video entrances are better than the generic fonts. Like, I miss the days where WWE would have someone's Titantron is highlights of all their matches and shit.
Right.
Whereas now it just says their name.
I'm going to give this one a little Caesar's upgrade. How disappointed are you that you haven't seen any backstage segments from AEW yet? Like, it's all just matches. Like, I think I'm a little bit...
Well, there's been like 1 or 2, but it's been very minimal.
No, it's just been promos.
There was like a couple of... Like, didn't Jen Decker interview someone a couple weeks ago backstage? It's very minimal.
That was by the ringside, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I don't think you've seen backstage AEW. I don't know. I think
You need
it's
it for
hindering.
these-
It's hindering their growth because you're not being able to develop any personalities.
I mean, you're going to give Jericho Mike because he's the best.
right,
But, like, you need it for these newer guys that no one knows who they are.
right, yeah.
Yeah, definitely do. Brazilian Psychopath also says, I'm from Rio de Janeiro. Inside scoop on Tainara. We went to the same high school and she was a mega slut.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
Well, Brazilian Psychopath. I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you knew this, but I actually went to school with a wrestler as well. I told you that story, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, there was a wrestler for TNA, Brooke.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
Brooke. Her name was Brooke McAdams in real life. She was a basketball player. I thought she was kind of hot, but yeah, she turned me down. And of course she did. But back in high school, I was quite the looker. But
Her?
yeah, Brooke Adams.
She's hot.
Yeah. Back in high school, she was a basketball star, and she was quite the looker. She was also a slut.
Well, if she was a slut,
Yeah.
why didn't she bang you?
I think there's probably many reasons, but I think maybe that's just wrestlers in general. I don't know.
They're sluts?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to put this out there in the universe, Andrew. But yeah, Brooke was not a fan of Josh back in the day.
All right.
It's kind of disappointing. She was pretty hot. That's just cool, man. Too sweet me, Brazilian psychopath. We both went to school with superstars.
All right.
Out there.
Merry
So
Christmas.
did Andrew. Not a baseball superstar, but he'll get in that story another day.
Oh, God. I'm just glad the Cardinals lost. Go Nationals.
That's right.
That's not easy for me to say. Merry Christmas, Steve. Half the world wipes sitting down, half standing up. Which are you? I kind of do both. I kind of switch it up.
I do too.
Why?
Well, sometimes you just got to change the.
No, I mean, why the question?
Okay.
And why did I read it? Rob, did you see the AEW Dark light out match between Omega and Janela? Jesus, crazy bumps. I didn't. I heard it was crazy. Because now they have AEW Dark, which airs, I think, on YouTube or whatever, Thursday nights. And it's the dark matches from the Wednesday show. So, yeah, maybe I want to check it out.
Yeah, maybe we'll watch it.
Drew Garrison, are you ready to sign off on Darby Allin? What is sign off? Like a good thing?
If you're talking about
Sign
it as a
off, like,
good,
yeah, he's good.
if it's a bad thing, look, I like Darby Allin. I hate that he skates to the ring.
Right.
If he could cut the skateboarding shit out, I'd probably like him about 50% more.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
Ooh, Jack Bruffle. We have Handsome Josh, then Recef Day. How long before we get Cuck Josh? Because
I have to have a girlfriend first.
you take all of Rusev's gimmicks. Now he's a cuck.
Ah, that's such a sad thing for Rusev too. Well, currently I'm single, so I don't even have a chance to be cucked by anybody. So hopefully never.
All right. Kevin, is Riho just a shit version of Kairi Sane? I mean, I would say so.
Poor girl's version.
I wouldn't even say she's Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is good.
Right.
Jordan, anyone else notice the massive size difference between the former WWE guys and everyone else in the promotion? Pretty much. Except for Luchasaurus.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That's true. Vince likes them big. I want
But
see
to
it.
be fair,
I want to see it. I want to see
But
it.
to be fair, like the fucking greatest people on NXT are Johnny Gargano and Ciampa and Adam Cole, and I think they're all 5'4".
True. And Darby Allin might be, 5'8". Who knows?
In reality, they're probably like 5'7", 5'8",
Right.
all of them, but still they're short.
Right.
But they're still awesome.
Right.
David, Riho sucks. Not a question. All right, thank you.
Okay. Well, it's not bad.
Herb, can we put to rest the fact that WWE put WCW out of business? Wasn't it more that no channel wanted wrestling as their programming? Look at TNA; it's been dead, but it's still on some form of media platform. So
I don't. I'm going to handle this one, Andrew. I'm going to handle this.
you don't even know the story.
I'll handle it. I don't think it's true that no channel wants wrestling. Obviously, that's not true because wrestling is on a ton of different channels. Continue. Pick up where I left off.
Okay.
I teed it up for you. Now you just gotta.
All right. I think it was when Time Warner AOL bought TNT or whatever.
Sure.
Network, something like that. Like they didn't want wrestling anymore. But if it was drawing, if the ratings were still good, even if they would have canceled Nitro, someone else would have bought WCW. But they didn't. And Vince bought it for fucking nothing. Vince bought it for like, I think $2 million, which
was
is
it?
insane.
Wow. That can't be that much more with inflation nowadays.
No. So,
$4 million.
$4 million.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Someone else would
It
have
was all
wanted
for
it.
the video library.
Yeah, but it was over. It was fucking ruined. They fucking lost because Stone Cold emerged and The Rock emerged, and they were awesome. And really, Vince McMahon, heel Vince, was awesome. And then WCW, people got tired of Goldberg because he sucks.
Yeah.
And Hogan was just he was, they never pushed anyone new. Then and then WWE's like, oh, come here, Jericho. Yeah, come here, Eddie Guerrero. They fucking pushed all those guys.
Right. Well, I think that's why it's a little bit different with AEW because there's so many stars that you have not seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a few WWE stars, but I mean, all their stars are indie guys pretty much. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's great. A lot of wrestling, a lot of moves I've never seen. It's beautiful. It's making wrestling fun again.
Ariel, with WWE, AEW, NXT, TNA, and even NWA having weekly shows, do you feel like there's way too much wrestling on now? Yes!
Some people would say no, but for my sanity, there is. And I'm sure for yours. When are we going to start doing NWA Power?
NWA is only on YouTube, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. That's kind of sad.
Oh, they can't find a channel.
But it's old school NWA. Like, if you look at it, it's like old school, like from the 80s. The set looks the same. Like, if you look at old school Ric Flair promos in NWA, the set behind them is like very similar to the one that they have now. Like, they made it like that on purpose. So that's kind of cool. And I've heard the new NWA show is good. But it's just like, I watch too much wrestling.
You do.
I can't. I don't have time to watch anything else. I'm behind on the fucking Righteous Gemstones. I want to keep, you know what I mean? I'm behind on that. That's on HBO.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's with, what's his name? Fucking...
That's the one about the preacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
family.
know what you're talking about, yeah.
What's his name?
John Candy.
No, John Candy.
No, not the other one.
John Goodman.
Fuck, John
but I'm
Goodman.
not talking about John Goodman. I'm talking about...
The guy from Workaholics.
No, not... Well,
Oh,
yeah.
goddamn. Who are you talking about then? Oh, you're talking about the...
It sucks getting old.
You're talking about the guy that was on another HBO show.
Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers.
That's his.
There you go.
That's from Kenny Powers, but that's not his actual name.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
I
Jesus.
got it.
God
No,
damn it.
but seriously, tell the fans out there how much wrestling you actually watch. I think
They know.
Would, I think they would be blown away.
They know. These
with
are
the amount of
patr-
hours.
these are
With the amount of
patrons.
hours.
They know.
Okay, so I'm going to break it down for you.
No, shut up.
So it's
Shut up.
2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours? Is it more than 9?
3, 7, 9, and if there's a pay-per-view, then more.
9 hours of wrestling a week. This man's committed, folks. This man's committed. I only do 4 hours. 4 hours a week. Jeez, that's a lot too.
Yeah.
God, I've never thought about it before.
All right, Brett Roscoe. Is it just me, or does Rhea Ripley look like Pete Dunne as a female?
Whoa! What's this man's name?
Brett.
Brad, you are blocked. No more questions from Blad. Blad?
What the fuck are you? No, Brett, you're not blocked.
That was terrible. Rhea Ripley is a beautiful female.
Come on.
She's big. She's buff. She is fucking beautiful.
I don't think she's hot because she's buff, but she's hot.
She's hot.
She's about
hot.
as she's about as buff as I would go on a woman.
Yes. Exactly what Andrew said.
All right, that's all for
And the
fan
Yankees
questions.
just hit a home run. Fuck.
Okay. All right, great. That's all for fan questions. So that's all for the show. You'll see me after SmackDown recap.
You won't see me until next week, which probably is a bad thing for most people because I know how much they love this show.
All right, we'll see you later.
What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. And he's always right. Don't you dare have a different opinion. He sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It kinda looks like Kevin Owens. Dean Ambrose is in his daydreams, and Charlotte is in his sex dream. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. Obnoxious, crazy, loud, egocentric, no doubt that's Joe. Self-proclaimed strongest and best-looking man in the world. Loves wrestling, but only part-time. most loved and he can't really hold in his piss. He made hashtag push Eric Gallo push him off a cliff. He doesn't think Stacy Kubler is that hot, and we almost forgot Josh. He's just a troll.